Welcome to Insights into Insurance with Tom Sorensen of Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is educational in nature and not intended to be acted upon without first consulting the appropriately licensed professional.
It's a Saturday morning, and that means it's time for Insights to Insurance with Americana Insurance and Tom Sorensen. Good morning, Tom.
Happy Saturday morning to you, Mike.
First Saturday of the new year.
It is the first Saturday of the new year, and we started off with a heat wave.
Yeah, and tomorrow it's even going to be better. The high is near, hopefully 30 degrees, so I'll see you out in shorts.
Right now I'm looking at you in your Speedos, so that's a sight that our listeners probably don't want to see.
They don't want to see that. So let's kick things off, of course. New Year's resolutions will start as customary. We did get an email from a listener, and
yes.
The question was, I'm 31 years old, I'm engaged to get married, and neither one of us have kids. Do I need life insurance? And this was from Jerod. So
yeah, Jerod. Yeah, and actually, that's a great question because a lot of people don't understand, what is life insurance and why do I need it, or but I'll kind of fit this in because our show today is going to be, the topic is going to be New Year's resolutions for insurance. Okay, so I thought, beginning of the year, this is a great time to talk about these things. And the listener email was a great one to start out with, was life insurance. So the question I would have to my listeners is, do you have life insurance, or do you have adequate life insurance? And so that would be something that you might want to consider at the start of the year here as a resolution of you say, oh, God, yeah, I need to get that, or need to look at mine and review mine. Please do that. It can be very important. And Mike, regarding Jared's question, I would suggest yes, you do. Okay. And one of the reasons why is right now it sounds like he's going to be getting married. Okay. Yes, he does not have kids right now, but there's going to be future needs for him in the future that he's going to have. Probably extra debt. He's going to be having probably to pay for these kids' raising the kids,
right,
in college, and we're fathers and we all know what goes through that, and then the house, the mortgage, let's just put it this way: once you start a family and you get together, your debt usually raises. Right?
They say what's hers is hers, and what's yours is hers as well.
You're talking from experience, it sounds like.
Yeah, we're talking from experience. And the thing, Tom, is people don't realize if once Jerod gets married, congratulations, and
right.
They start moving things together. If for whatever reason, if a person lost a life, that you're going to lose that income from that spouse partner, and that's a big debt to overcome. And if there's no insurance, especially
right.
life insurance, it can be detrimental to that family.
Very detrimental. And just so we understand, or we make our listeners understand, Jared's not the only one that needs the insurance. It could be, probably her too. Right. I know it would be her too. Yep. Okay, no matter who's the breadwinner in the house, there is still an expense so that you're going to have, that you're going to incur no matter what without that spouse. Okay, now could be that you're both are making very good money, or putting money into your family, and you're just as much important as the next spouse. You know what I'm saying as far as that goes. But even if one's a stay-at-home mom and one's someone that's out working, for the guy that's out working or the woman that's out working, there's going to be a cost to taking care of those kids if one of those spouses passes away.
And you have funeral expenses. There's no insurance. That makes it awful difficult because
right.
the funeral homes are going to want their payment as well.
Well, that's right. And then the other thing for Jerod, what Jerod needs to know is right now, he's 31. I don't know his health situation, but he's probably healthy, I'm guessing, okay, and his spouse. And right now, they are probably the most insurable that they can be, okay? So down the road, let's just say 5-10 years, who knows, they could get diagnosed with diabetes, cancer, heart issue, whatever, something to do with health where they might not be insurable, and then they might not ever have the chance to get that insurance. Okay. The other thing is, it would be, as right now today, is the least expensive it'll ever be for life insurance going forward.
And there's no window, Tom, as far as when you can get life insurance. But as you just said, it's most important. It's the least expensive right now because we're assuming Jerod and his fiancée are in good health and moving forward. But you don't want to wait because there's no great time to get insurance except right now.
Right. I would tell them right now, your window is open. Get it now. At least put something in place before the window can be closed or is closed. So
that's a great question for Jerod. We thank you for emailing, and of course you can always email Americana Insurance with your questions. As we're visiting with Tom Sorensen from Americana Insurance on this Saturday morning, our Insights to Insurance, and the New Year's resolutions, Tom. Let's talk about some of those that really you don't think of until it's too late, and that's getting that will done.
Another New Year's resolution that I have for, people say, well, what's that got to do with insurance? Well, it can do a lot with insurance. It's all about protecting assets and making sure that you get your wishes taken care of. It's get your will done. First of all, why do that? Because, and it doesn't matter what age you are, okay? So Jerod and his future wife should get a will done, okay? It goes to your wishes. Your will is your wishes. Otherwise, if you were to pass away, the state has a will for you. It's called probate, okay? And the state will make the decisions of what happens with you and your assets and your children, okay?
And that can be a lengthy process.
It can be a very lengthy process. And if you have assets, it can be a very costly process. It can cost up to $15,000 to $20,000 a day in a probate, if you got lots to take care of. So the reason why you do that is, again, it's about your wishes, to not go through probate, to make sure that your children have guardians, and you name an executor, and then inheritances. So what if you do have, you're going to have some things that
you're going to have some assets,
right, that you can pass on to the next generation or wherever you want it to go.
And we talk about starting it, Tom, on the will. That will can always be changed as the years go forward.
Oh, absolutely.
But
yes.
The initial thing is to get the will done so that at least you have something in place, and maybe you find out that Uncle Sam is no longer with us and we have him in the will. That can be changed. It's more difficult, as you say, going into probate court. All of a sudden now you've got family members, spouses fighting over the assets, and it can be ugly.
Right. And so then also, too, is a health directive, okay? There again, it can be a pretty ugly situation, too. If you're laying there incapacitated and you can't make decisions for yourself, well, you need to make those decisions now in your will and say that. And then the other thing you were saying, the other thing is, along with wills, the other thing is you should probably look at doing some estate planning, because you said Uncle Sam. Yep. Well, I know you meant an actual uncle, but Uncle Sam can take a lot of that money from you if you don't have things properly set up too.
And it can be in the will. You can say, I do not want to go to a rest home, for example. I don't want life-saving measures. I don't. Right. If you're diagnosed with cancer, I don't want the radiation. I don't want the chemo. I mean, there's so much in a will that you can draw up, and as we say, you can change it. But most importantly is, as you're alive, get that living will done today.
Absolutely. Yep.
Let's move on and talk a little bit about New Year's resolutions here with Tom Sorensen, Americana Insurance, and our Insights to Insurance on this actually very nice Saturday morning. A little on the cool side, but it's going to warm up. As we talk about reviewing what you actually have for insurance with your agent.
Yes. Another thing is, as a New Year's insurance resolution is for our listeners is I would recommend in going and having a review with your insurance agent. Just so you know, listeners, it's not us trying to sell you more insurance. It's us trying to make sure you are adequately covered and the gaps are covered. Okay?
And that's the key, because there are so many different things that happen throughout the year. You may never hear from your insurance agent except if you don't pay the premium, but maybe you've maybe you've put new windows in the house and that value of the home has gone up, or you have found that come spring, there's going to be some water issues and you put in a sub pump. Some of those issues can be addressed, and it should be addressed on a yearly basis.
There's a lot of things that could be a part of it. You know, they could have all of a sudden started a home-based business, or something happened where the family has changed. They could have made an adoption. Who knows? There's a lot of things there that need to be discussed. But, there could have been an updated roof so then you can get the discount. That's where a lot of times those reviews aren't necessarily always reviews to increase your premium. You can actually maybe look at a review and potentially look at cost savings to you. Some people haven't. I hear this all the time when I talk to people. They'll say, God, I've never actually done this review with my previous agent, or I haven't done this or talked to them in 10 years. And reviews, I would say, can vary. We do some annually. If we haven't seen or done a review, we have a tickler system that we set it up and are available to our clients every 3 years. Okay, to me that's probably longer than it should be, but again, it's better than
not having a review at all.
Right, exactly. And so that's what we do, to have the opportunity to come down and sit with us. So
most important is with insurance, Americana Insurance can help you take a look at that on a yearly basis. You should sit down with your agent, make sure that you're completely covered in your home, your auto, and whatever insurance that you have. Make sure that you have the right things in order. Tom, we're going to take a quick break, and We've got more to talk about on our New Year's resolutions for 2018. You're listening to Insights to Insurance with Americana Insurance. We'll be back right after this.
You ever hear of Andrew Carnegie? Well, he was in the steel business and he got filthy rich. One time somebody said, Andy, what's your secret? He said, put all your eggs in one basket and then watch that basket. At Americana Insurance Group, we've always liked that story. You see, our most successful clients put all their insurance eggs in one basket. Home, life, auto, ag, and business. And then they have us watch that basket very carefully. This secret to success brought to you by Americana Insurance. We're the A-Team, AmericanaInsurance.com.
It's a Saturday morning. Mike Whitus along with Tom Sorensen as we're talking Insights to Insurance with Americana Insurance. And Tom, we kind of talked about New Year's resolutions. You also have a great book that folks can stop by the office, making it easy on your loved ones.
Yeah, it's a great little paperback that we got, and it's got where you can put in your contacts and all your information regarding where you got your, like, say, deeds, your life insurance policies. I mean, you name it. It goes through everything, and who's your contacts for your accountant and things like so. So when the day happens that you can give this book and even make copies and give to your loved ones, and then they can have this as a reference to say, oh man, this is awesome that Dad, Mom did this.
And on the backside, I've noticed there's a place to put some notes.
Yep.
So fill it out as best you can. Stop by Americana Insurance. It's a free booklet put out by Nationwide, and really some great information that you can put in there. You fill it out, you throw it in the safe at home, and when the death occurs, you can pull it out and say, boy, this was fantastic.
Yeah, it's really, I tell you what, when Mom and Dad do these type of things, it really shows how much they love their children because they don't want to cause them headaches.
Make it easier on the loved ones as that time comes.
Yep.
Moving on our New Year's resolution show here on Insights to Insurance with Americana Insurance. Tom, let's talk about umbrella coverages and what umbrella coverages cover.
Basically, it protects for high liability losses, Mike, and it's a very inexpensive way to buy higher liability limits, okay? First of all, a lot of times people buy it for the protection of assets, okay? So, for one thing, for sure, if you got assets, you better look at buying an umbrella, okay? It's protection of assets, future earnings, and possibly future inheritance. So maybe right now you might not have assets, but you know you will in the future. Guess what? You should probably have an umbrella, because let's just say you get in a car accident, it was your fault, and somebody sues you for $1.5 million, where this comes into play. It's what it is. It's an excess liability limits over and above your underlying limits on like your auto and home and whatever you got, boat, watercraft, four-wheelers, whatever. That's what that covers, okay? It's
the
like
toys, so to speak.
Everything, anything to do with liability basically will cover you, and just think of it as like an umbrella out in the rain and you're underneath that. Well, it's covering all those things.
Especially with car accidents, if something would happen, they're going to go after every nickel and dime that you can get, and you need to have an umbrella.
Right, exactly.
Also, I know this is the time of the year with people are always looking for health insurance. It's still available with Americana Insurance.
Yes, and they would have to call Suzanne, and I don't remember the exact dates of the cutoffs, but we just did a show on that. But you call her at her office, 507-377-2000, and she can talk about it. But what we got also, too, as far as a New Year's resolution, I thought, hey, you know what? If you're looking at doing, let's just say a lot of people look at working out at this time. That's their New Year's resolution. Look at your health club or join a health club and use a discount with your health insurance. Check with your health insurance, and that could be a potential of you could get some of that paid for by having certain health insurance policies. So check with that, with your carrier to do that.
Some savings right there by just getting into shape and watching what you're doing at a health club, or even if you're locally here, Albert Lea Family Y.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
We can't stress enough, Tom, before we wrap things up on this Saturday morning, they need to stop by your office, pick up one of these great books, making it easier on your loved ones. As you say, it's got everything from retirement accounts, your property insurance, financial services, family advisors, and contact lists that you make sure you stop by Americana Insurance, fill out, and throw it in the safe.
Right.
It'll make it a lot easier if there's a loved one that passes away. It's all written down. We talked about wills. That's another key point that we need to get out there.
Yes, it is. It's there again. It's you better do one if you want it to be your wishes and not the state's wishes.
The state will take your money, folks. We don't want that to happen.
They'll make the decisions for you. They already got a will that's ready to go for you, but might not be the will that you want.
Insights to Insurance with Americana Insurance, Tom Sorensen. If you have questions, Tom, the phone number at Americana Insurance?
Yeah, it's 507-377-2000, Mike.
And the website?
Website is americanainsurance.com, and they can also email me questions or anything at insights@americanainsurance.com.
That'll wrap up this Saturday edition of Insights to Insurance with Americana Insurance. Tom, enjoy the weekend, and we'll see you next Saturday
morning. You have a great weekend, Mike. Take care.
You've been listening to Insights into Insurance from Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is intended to be educational in nature. Before acting upon any information obtained during the Insights into Insurance radio show broadcast, consult an appropriately licensed professional.